Students will start today. We will start with chapter number 10 for history, that is changing life 2. Okay. Before we proceed further to changing life 2, we will first revise what we have done in the previous chapter. Okay. That is changing life 1. That is your chapter number 9. So in changing life 1, we understood that the speed of change which took place in 20th and 21st centuries had been tremendous, means had been huge, and human life is changing rapidly. Things which we could not even imagine earlier now are a part of reality. And in ancient and medieval periods, that the religion was the only thing which was as a person's identity. But now when it comes to modernization, it has posed lot of challenges before religions. Whether it be any religion, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, or Judaism. So in that sense, in Changing Life 1, we understood about the institution of the family, means how the institution of the family changed. Okay. So before independence, it was like the family system in our society, in our Indian society, especially the family system had a great importance, you can say. And our country was known all over the world, especially for as a joint family system. But after globalization came up, this joint family system got changed to nuclear families. Okay. Previously, it was joint family, like father, mother, their children, then their children together staying, their brothers, siblings staying together. But then there came a trend in change after globalization. That is basically there were movements and exchange of goods, services, technologies all over the world. So it came, many people got separated, and it was a nuclear system, means like father, mother, and only their children, okay, to be together. So this was one of the change in institution of the family. Then we also understood about social welfare, basically the welfare of the people in the society. So the this welfare programs basically had an aim. Okay, what was the aim? To provide opportunities for full-time employment, healthcare, education, and development available to all Indian citizens. So for that reason, 14th of June 1964, the government of India, they constituted a Ministry of Social Welfare. Basically, this ministry was formed to fulfill the needs of the society and citizens of the country, you can say. So uh, under this ministry, there were various programs that were implemented related to nutrition, related to child development, related to security, social security, related to protection in society, welfare of the women, and development of the women. So this was one of the change when it comes to welfare of the society or social welfare. Then we also covered the aspect of scheduled caste and tribes. Okay. So in that we understood that when there was a census that took place, basically the survey, okay, that was done. It takes place once in 10 years. So people in India, 22% of people in India, they belong to scheduled caste and tribes. So there were laws which were passed so that they could get educational scholarship, they could get representation in the parliament as well as in the state assembly. Means the people who belong to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, they could get their reserve seats, especially in educational firm or educational institution. They could get scholarships for them. They could get representation for them in parliament as well as in Lok Sabha as well as in the state Vidhan Sabha as well, and even their seats were reserved for them in government service. Then public health. Okay. Now, when it came to public health, the constitution of our country uh, states or says that the main or the basic duty, okay, of the government of the country is to raise the standard of living of the people and to see that proper nutrition, you can say proper providing food which is necessary for a proper growth and development or the healthy or health of a person is that is one of the primary duty of the government, as well as to see that people's standard of living, to raise the people's standard of living, to make sure that proper nutrition is provided to people and to improve public health. Okay. So the Ministry and Health and Social Welfare, they help the state government in this regard. So to make the primary health services as well as medical care available to rural people and the tribals as well and the poor was the main objective, which was undertaken in sixth five-year plan, which took place between 1980 to 1985. So there were efforts which were made to help maintain good health by giving other kind of recognition to other kind of medicinal system other than allopathy. Allopathy is a normal medicines, the tablet capsules which you take. Other than that, other medicinal system was introduced in our country, be it be Unani, homeopathy, Ayurveda, naturopathy, in addition to allopathy. Then when it came to public health, the first open heart surgery, okay, which was not possible till 1962 in our country, was performed under the leadership of Dr. N. Gopinath at Christian Medical College Hospital located at Vellore in Tamil Nadu. Even there was the invention of Jaipur foot. Jaipur foot basically transformed the life of the disabled people in our country, especially those who have lost their limbs, you can say, or legs, lost a leg in an accident, and due to that they could have suffered the whole of their life. So this was like a blessing for them. It was under Dr. Pramod Sethi. What did he do? He designed and he manufactured artificial limbs, even you can say artificial limbs like arms, legs, noses, with ears as well, with the help of another skilled craftsman whose name was Ramchandra Sharma. So this artificial body parts, with the help of Jaipur foot technology, it made the life easy of especially the people, physically handicapped people. They could use this artificial body parts and they could live a normal life. They could even walk on rough surfaces, they could run, they could go cycling, even they could work in fields, climb trees, they could climb mountains. Okay, they could even bend their legs at the knees, they could sit cross-legged. So these feet were also convenient while working in water or even in wet conditions. So it was not like if they use this artificial body parts, okay, limbs or other ears, they could artificial legs, they could not walk in water. It was not so. They could easily walk in water and wet condition, and even there was not requirement of any shoes to be worn in that artificial legs. Then under public health, we also understood about kidney transplant. So the surgery which is performed especially for the transplant of kidney. So it was not so common in India till 1971. But in 1971, it was successfully performed at Christian Medical Hospital at Vellore in Tamil Nadu. And there, Dr. Johnny and Dr. Mohan Rao, two doctors, what they did, they transplanted the kidney donated by a living person into a patient's body whose kidney was not working. And nowadays, patients from even underdeveloped countries, they come especially to our country for such kind of surgeries. Under public health, we also understood about test tube baby. This is basically the support of test tube baby technology, which had been made available to childless couples since 1971. So it was under the supervision of Dr. Subhash Mukhopadhyay. This experiment of test tube baby was done, and it was successfully carried out in the city of Kolkata. And it was the first successful attempt at artificial conception. So girl named Durga was born out of this test tube baby conception. Then we did immunization. Now immunization, it's basically it was the process of protecting on from certain disease, okay, through vaccination. Like we are taking the vaccination for this deadly virus, coronavirus. So this immunization program was also started before 1978. Every 6 Indian infant who was born, out of 10, they had to face a lot of death related problems, in the first year of birth. So this immunization program was taken up to overcome this danger, especially related to polio, measles, tetanus, TB, diphtheria, and whooping cough. So this pulse polio program, immunization program, it started in 1995 and it has controlled the polio. Then we covered the concept of urbanization. Okay, students. So what is urbanization? Urbanization is basically, it is a process of concentration of population in a city or urban area where people from rural areas or villages, they come to city, they start settling in cities, urban areas. And then increasing population is one of the major reason for urbanization. There are other factors which affects urbanization, like air, water, economic as well as social organization, which is necessary for community life. So when it comes to this situation, after independence, that is post-independence, the increase in urban population is due to a number of factors. It is basically due to reduction in the mortality rate, means death rate. Okay, there's a lot of industries that has come up. There is less availability of livelihood, a way to earn money in villages, in rural areas. So that is the reason people from rural areas, they migrate to urban areas. People even migrate for job opportunities in cities. Okay, so to reduce this strain on cities, it is necessary to make jobs which are available in villages also. So if in jobs are available in villages, then people won't migrate from villages or rural areas to urban areas. And if we equally develop the rural areas as well, so there will be balance in the economic development, and control the expansion of metros and provide necessary services and facilities in both urban as well as rural areas. So the facilities which are available in urban areas, if it is made available in rural areas also, related to education, public hygiene, related to electricity, water provision, the people in rural areas will also be self-sufficient and they will not come to cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi. They won't migrate. Then we covered the concept of rural development also. Okay. So students, in rural development is basically the development of rural areas, the villages. Okay. So there are a lot of difficulties when it comes to development of rural areas. It is basically bringing about their economic development. It is related to developing facilities to meet social needs, and finally to bringing about a change in the attitude in the matters concerning society, culture, and the way of thinking of the people in the rural areas. So it is equally necessary to expedite, means to speed up irrigation projects and to bring about land reforms in rural areas. What are the social needs and facilities related to rural areas? So when it comes to rural areas, it is very necessary to give priorities to facilities, especially to public hygiene. Okay, public hygiene means most important, you can say public toilets should be made available. In many villages, it's available now, but still there are many villages where the public toilets are not available and people deficit in the open. So we should give more importance to public hygiene, even to healthcare. Okay, even today the rural population, they face lot of problem. Okay, when they related to the year-round provision of drinking water, when it comes to provision of toilets, there are open drainage system. Okay, which cause the spread of diseases. Their roads are not broad; it is very narrow. Okay, there is less supply of electricity. There is less availability of healthcare facilities, hospitals, clinics are not available. There are lack of good educational facilities, okay, available from primary to higher education. Even there are less of parks, theaters, libraries in rural area. So for this reason, it is necessary, you can say, to give special attention when it comes to the development of rural areas. Now, there was one scheme which was known as Community Development Scheme, okay, which had an important role, you can see, in the first 4 5-year plan, which was between 1951 to 1974. um, and of the government of under government of India. So what did state of Maharashtra do? They registered remarkable achievement when it came to under this scheme. What was done? For example, you can say Zilla Parishad were established in 1962. Nutritious diet, okay, was scheme. Nutritious diet scheme was launched in 1970 to 71. Even the state also started rural water supply scheme for sinking wells and provided piped water. And by 1971, 1,677 small dams were also built in this regard. Even the electricity, when it comes to electricity, it is very important, as it is important for us in cities. Even in rural areas it's important, because there are pumps, okay, automatic pumps which are needed to water the fields. So to run that automatic pumps, electricity is required. We also need electricity to preserve the they also need electricity to preserve the perishable food items. Perishable food items means the food which you are spoiled quickly, like milk, eggs, fruits, vegetables. They also require electricity for fertilizer projects, to run fans, TV, and even for lights to study at night for students who are not able to study in the day in rural areas. So during the first 5-year plan, that is from 1951 to 56, electricity had been provided to 3,000 villages in our country. And by 1973, it reached to 1,38,646 villages. Okay. Even Rural Electrification Corporation was established in 1969, and rural electrification cooperative societies which came into being in the states of Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Uttar Pradesh. Then we come to industrial development. A village industries planning committee was formed to help the development of industry in rural area. By 1972, 106,000 persons got employment under this scheme. The government of Maharashtra, especially for education in rural areas, they started residential high schools, which was known as Vidya Niketan, in Satara, Aurangabad, Nasik, Chikildara. The purpose of was basically to provide best quality education, especially for the students who were intelligent, who were meritorious, who were deserving in merits. The students who were in merits, especially in villages, they could not afford to study, complete their further educations because of the unfavorable condition. So for them, residential high schools were started. Then, as per the recommendation of Kotari Commission, agricultural universities were started at Rahuri, Akola, Parbhani, Dapoli in Maharashtra. So, in recognition of the work done in the field of education, UNESCO, which is the specialized agency of United Nations, awarded its international prize for the spread of literacy to Maharashtra in 1972. So this was Changing Life 1, which is related to next chapter as well. So in Changing Life 1, we understood the few aspects where the changes took place or the modernization came up related to the topics which we have covered now. Now we will continue with the Changing Life 2, that is your chapter number 10, students. Here also, in this chapter, we shall look into the changes that have taken place in the fields related to language, related to sports, theater, films, newspaper, and television. Now coming to language, okay. Now we all have spoken and we all have different speak different languages. There are written languages, oral. We speak orally as well. So languages, what are the changes that took place in aspect of languages? We will understand here. Now, Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Malayalam, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali, and Sindhi are the official languages in India. Okay, so these are the official languages in our country. So 22 major, you can say 22 major languages. There are 22 major languages which are recognized by our Indian constitution. And these Indian languages, students, they also have dialects. Okay? Dialects means in the form of language that is spoken in a particular part of a country, but their number is now on decline. Means these spoken languages, their number or is on decline. Now there should be timely steps. Decline means this language is less spoken now. So for this reason, there should be steps which should be taken to nurture them, means to take care of them, because these languages are part of our heritage, our custom, okay, our tradition. So we should nurture them, take care of them. Otherwise, we will lose the important part of our heritage, our tradition, or you can say our history of languages. Nevertheless, Hindi, which has reached everywhere through the medium of Hindi movies, through the medium of Hindi movies, has served to unite the country by language. Okay. So Hindi, most of the states of our country, if we visit, many people they could speak Hindi and they could understand the spoken language of Hindi. Okay, especially it is one of the medium to understand Hindi language is goes to the 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 it goes to the importance goes to Hindi movies. Okay, because many people in different part of our country they watch Hindi movies. Okay, so this unites the country by language, you can say. The English language, okay, has been gaining grounds in India due to process of globalization. Now, especially when it comes to the language of English, we understand how important it is to communicate in English or to know to read and write in English. So, especially the English language is becoming more popular in our country, India. It is due to the process of globalization, which is basically integration of different culture, language, organization, countries from across the globe. It's basically started after 1990. Now, English is becoming the language of livelihood. Okay, so when you know English, it is like you can earn money if you have a good communication or fluency in English. So because when you speak well, it opens doors to multiple job opportunity. You get many job opportunities when you can communicate and well versed in English. Moreover, Indians are at the forefront. Forefront means in leading position when it comes to in learning English. However, it is necessary to ensure that this process does not endanger. Does not endanger means put in danger the very existence of regional languages. Means we know English. To know English or to write, speak in English or to write in English is we should know it's very important. But at the same time, we should be sure that while we give importance to English language, we should not forget the importance of other regional languages, which is the languages which is spoken in an area that is a part of a largest nation or state. So this was about languages. Now we will move on to next aspect, that is sports. Now during when it comes to sports, two additional information I want to give you all here. So we have here Major Nyanchan, as you can see in the picture on the right hand side. He was a legendary Indian field hockey player. Okay, often he was known as hockey wizard. Means he had people used to think he had magical powers while playing hockey for his masterly stick work and ball control while playing hockey, and is widely regarded as the greatest hockey player of all time. Now, during his playing years, Major Nyanchan, he won 3 Olympic medals in 1928, 1932, and in 1936 as well. The last one was in Berlin Olympics, and he earned the title as Hockey Personality of the Century. Then next we have is Vijay Singh Madhavji Merchant. Okay, his real name is Vijay Madhav Thakurse. He was a Indian cricketer, and he was a right-hand batter, and he occasionally right arm medium pace bowler. Now, Merchant, he played a first class cricket for Bombay cricket team as well as 10 test matches from India for India between 1929 and 1951. Then we have here during the pre-independence. Pre-independence means before independence. There were only few selected games which were known to people. Okay, it would be like kabaddi, it would be like kabaddi, badminton, hockey. So people knew very few games. Some sports person, they changed this situation. They enhanced the status of both the sports and the sports person. So they improved the status of both the sports and the sports person. For example, if you take Geet Sethi, okay, you can see his picture. He achieved a global excellence in snooker, a game which is played on billiard. You can see in the picture billiard um, table with you can say 15 red balls and 6 balls of other colors and a white ball. Then so this that is snookers and variation of billiards, a slight different kind of billiards. He won national championship of billiards for teenagers. Teenagers means 13 to age of 13 to 19 years. So he won national championship for it at the age of 15 itself. Later, he went on to win national and international championship as well. And at the global level, he won the amateur billiards, means non-profession unpaid billiards. Also, he at the world global worldwide level, he won it for this competition thrice for 3 times and for professional one for 5 times. Now his success made the game popular. Okay, as he was achieving and becoming popular, the game was also becoming popular. And the newspaper they began to report the news about billiards. So thus he made a new field available to the rising sportsmen in our country. Then in it was in 1983 that the Indian team they won the World Cup. You can see the picture as on the left hand corner. So who was a captain in this World Cup for cricket? Kapil Dev. So you have a recent movie also, 83, the name of the movie 83, which is based on this World Cup, which took World Cup of 1983. So it was a historic victory. Okay, you can say it is one of the well-known victory success for our country in history. Cricket instantly won great popularity across the country. In the same year, Sunil Gavaskar, he broke the earlier record of maximum centuries in test cricket. Okay, even the cricketer Sunil Gavaskar in the same year 1983 broke all the previous record of gain by scoring maximum centuries in test cricket. In 1985, India won the Benson and Hedges World Championship of Cricket. Now, what is this Benson and Hedges World Championship? It's a one-day international tournament which is held, which was held from 17 Feb to 10th March 1985 in Australia, and it was won by India. So, as a result, what happened? Cricket came to be played in all states to a lesser or greater extent, but at the cost of indigenous means originated Indian games only. And there are a few movies also like MS Dhoni, Lagan, which are also produced specially around the theme of cricket. Then live telecast of full 5 days, okay, full 5 days for cricket or one day, full 5 days or one day of a cricket match was also made available on television. Then India had been participating in Asiad and Olympic Games. Now Asiad is an Asian game. It's a you can say continental multi-sport event which is held every 4 years among athletes from all over Asia, means all over Asian countries. And Olympic Games, it's a leading international sport. You might have all heard about it. It's a leading international sport event featuring summer and winter sports competition in which thousands of athletes from around the world they participate. And at the Olympic of year 2000, okay, year 2000, Karnam Malleshwari, you can see the picture, students on right side. She won a medal for weightlifting, okay, in year 2000 in Olympics, and she was the first Indian woman to win a medal in the Olympics. And even there are other sports person like Abhinav Bindra. He won a gold medal He's a gold medalist in a 10-meter air rifle event at 2008 Summer Olympics. Um, is also India's first Olympic gold medal in gold medal since 1980. Then we even have Sania Nehwal. She was the first ever badminton player from India to clinch a bronze medal at London 2012 Summer Olympics. Okay, so we have India's representation began to rise in various Olympic games, whether it be related to hockey, badminton, where Sania Nehwal grabbed the medal, then tennis, it's Leander Pace, you can see his picture as well. Swimming, it's Vidwal Third. Then weightlifting, which is Karnam Malleshwari. Then archery, which is Deepika Kumari. So students, we understood about language, we understood about change in sports, okay? And now we will understand about theater and films. Now, theater and films are important aspects of Indian life, okay? So we all are aware of theater and films, okay? It's not something which is new aspect. We all, it's a part of our day-to-day life. So early plays were very long. Okay, when it came to drama or any kind of play, it was used to be very long for hours, sometimes even the whole night, entire night. Now the form, technique, duration of plays have all changed. People from different walks of life, they take part in dramas. Means people from different jobs, different level of society, they take part in drama. But musicals means drama with singing and dancing has now declined. Previously, there was a lot of singing, dancing in the drama or play, but now it is not so. And now the importance and have now declined in importance, and political and social subjects have replaced. Okay, the means the political issues like related. The drama is based on unemployment. Drama is on educational system, societal problem, and finding solution to problems like pollution, poverty. So the most of the dramas are based on that. Previously, it was on the mythological, like dramas on Ramayana, Mahabharata, Indian Puranas, historical themes like on freedom fighters, our freedom struggle, any historical event. So now it is more on political and social issues. So the age of black and white movies. Okay, earlier it was black and white movies, not color like today. Okay, so it has succeeded by the age of color movies. In the field of entertainment, the place of Hindi movies is incomparable. Okay, Hindi movies is not only famous in our country but all over the world. It's a form of entertainment of people for people all over the world. Now, movies reflect contemporary themes, means modern themes. Film shooting spots mean locales mean spots, have moved abroad. Even in movies, the spots are which are taken, it's from abroad countries. So viewers like us, we can see many different places in foreign countries in movies also. Movies in foreign languages are now translated. Okay, so in foreign languages, whichever movies are there, they are now translated in various languages, whether it be in Hindi or other regional languages as well. During the screening of English movies, a short Hindi translation now appears on the screen as subtitles. Okay, as subtitles. If you watch an English movie, short Hindi translation is also there as subtitles down, if to understand. Hindi movies now compete with global movies, means worldwide, as they have reached every nook and corner, means every corner of the world. We see a reflection of politics, social events, industry, technology, everything in the movies now. Movies earlier it was 3 to 4 hours. Now the movies last only for 1.5 hours. Now previously, when it comes to theater, it was one cinema, one screen. But now it is multiplex. Multiplex means movie theater complex with multiple screen within a single complex. The days of movie, previously it was 100 weeks in one cinema hall. Okay, now one movie runs in thousands of cinema halls in India and foreign countries. So the development has changed the economy of movies. Economy means money supply, commercial activities of industry. Production of movies has attained the status of industry, means now it is known as film industry. And in this industry, there are employees. Okay, there are many employ in this film industry. They employ crores of people. Okay, whether it be other than hero and other than the actor and actresses, there are sound technicians, there are hair makeup artists, there is a film editor, there is lightning, then and sound technicians. So this movie industry and in regional languages is also thriving. The movie industry in regional languages means the South Indian film industry, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, or Bengali and Marathi, they are also growing. Then we come to newspapers. So newspaper is also we all know. So there, what are the changes that took place? We'll understand that. So the changing lifestyle has had its effect on newspaper and other mass media like magazine, radio, TV, internet, and they in turn have influenced individual as well as community life. During early post-independence period, means early uh, after immediately after independence, newspaper had lot of importance or lot of aims. You can say multiple aims. In this period, the newspaper were expected not only to give news of daily events, but they had to give impetus, means encouragement to industries and commerce, basically for production and distribution of goods and services by printing the advertisement on the newspapers. The newspaper, they function with the following objectives, basically to shape the thinking of the people or people's opinion related to inflation, like rise in prices of commodities or services, direct their thinking of or opinion of the people to for use constructive work, means useful work, at times lead the later, carry on the task of public education, means educate people to be a productive member of society, keep a watch over the government machinery, means the structure and process of government. Earlier newspapers were black and white, like you can see in the left hand side. Now, changing times, color printing has also become common. Earlier newspapers were thought to be the mouthpieces of the taluka or district. Now they have to face tough competition from the state level newspaper. Okay, now earlier newspaper, it was the voice of only taluka, particular taluka or district like Pune district. But now all these newspapers, they have to face lot of competition from state level newspapers like Maharashtra Times, Lok Satta. But on the whole, newspapers are now becoming more active. The scope has enlarged, including raising funds for drought, means if there is any kind of drought condition in any particular part of the country or any particular part of the world leading to shortage of water, okay, affecting, or there is any flood that had taken place affected, so they, through newspaper, many people, they raise the funds, collect the funds, they help. Meritorious students are also are helped through newspaper. Meritorious means having merit and deserving reward. Students who are from lower income to go for higher education, so for them also help is provided through newspapers, articles printed in newspapers, and organizing or sponsoring cultural programs. Okay, relating means organizing or financing cultural programs related to a particular society, their ideas, customs, and art. So you can see this is how newspapers has now become a inseparable part of our lives. Then we come to television, which we call it as TV. Now, television came to India, students, during the post-independence period. Earlier, it was black and white TV. Okay, you can see the evolution of television in the slide as well. It was just a small black and white TV. Now it is colored. Earlier, it was limited to selected programs and fixed time slot. Means very less program, and it was at fixed time. Gradually, its scope extended. Means later it got changed, and there was a lot of other educational programs also included. Okay, then if you can say like program like Kaun Banega Crorepati, Bonvita Kiss Contest. news bulletins, which is a short broadcast of news report, detailed reporting of tours of president and prime minister. Then during the telecast of Ramayana and Mahabharat, a majority of the people, when this Ramayana and Mahabharat used to be telecast, so many people, they used to sit at one place fixed onto the television at that particular time. And these serials, they proved to be the popularity of this medium. Then in 1991, CNN channel, they showed the entire world, they showed to the entire world a live visual, okay, reporting of Iraq war. Okay, Iraq, the war which took place in Iraq was showed live in CNN news channel. And at this stage, the world of Indian news channel, they changed completely when once this Iraq war was live telecasted. So in 1998, Star, that is that satellite television Asia region news channel, a private media house entered India, and this uninteresting, monotonous means boring and propagandist, which is a news which tries the the news which tries to support a particular idea or a group of or a particular group, often okay, by giving you can say invalid information about it. So this monotonous, boring, uninteresting news telecast of the earlier period got a change, transformation. The language, the technique of presentation, studios equipped with the latest technology, and the use of OB. OB means outdoor broadcasting, which is basically OB van. You can see in the picture, right hand corner down. OB van, it's a small mobile production control room to allow filming of events and video production at location outside a regular television studio. So it is used, and it has expanded the scope of Indian TV channels. Okay, still Indian TV channels still further, and it brought a transparency. Transparency means clarity and brought lot of variety. So now every nook and every corner of the country is connected. This if means any event or anything happens in any part of the world, okay, so it has been telecasted in in few hours or in few minutes only you get to know about it. Maybe when you watch a news. This has had great impact on politics basically on the work and idea that are connected with governing of a country. In short, the whole country started changing. So students, we so far what we have studied is the history of modern India. Okay. So this was the last chapter in your history. So next year you will study about how to make use of this subject, particularly history and political science in practical world. We shall also you can say see history can be a part of our daily life, and it is not just something that is related to past. So just we will just evaluate it, do the evaluation part of it. Tomorrow again we will revise this part what we have done today, and we'll look on to the few more question answer aspect of this chapter. So here the first question is, India won the 1983 Cricket World Cup under the captainship of Dash. Okay, so the options given are Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev, Syed Kirmani, or Sandeep Patil. The correct option is B, that is Kapil Dev. Okay, so the Dash language is gaining importance in India due to the process of globalization. Okay, what is the correct answer? The correct answer, or the options given are Punjabi, French, English, or Hindi. The correct answer is English. Now, Kannam Maleshwari won a medal for the dash at the 2000 Olympics, whether it was for wrestling, weightlifting, boxing, or gymnastics. So, the correct answer is weightlifting, B. There was a live telecast of Iraq war on the Dash channel in 1991, whether it was on Star, IBN, CNN, or Doordarshan. Correct answer is CNN. Then Dash, a private media, house entered television industry in India in 1998? Whether it is IBN, Star, CNN, or ESPN. The correct answer is Star, option B. So then give graphical description. Okay. So you have to name any of the 4 English language newspapers. Okay, you can name it Mumbai Mirror, Times of India, Indian Express, or Hindustan Times. Any of the 4 English language newspapers. Okay. Then it is the name of, you have to name any of the news channels. Okay, and name of the TV channels. You can or news channels also you can mention. It can be History Channel, Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, CNN Channel, Star, any of the TV channels. So students, we covered this part. We revised with the Changing Life 1 part. We also covered Changing Life 2. Tomorrow again we will revise Changing Life 2 and few more question answers part of Changing Life 2 as well. Ma'am?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, sir. Okay.